Hundreds of thousands of British Columbians have already signed their names to the petition against the new harmonized sales tax that comes into effect July 1st. Now there seems to be a benefit, though, that many may not have realized before. It's a tax break thanks to the HST. If you go shopping in Washington State, you could be eligible for an instant tax rebate. News reporter Louise Hartland joins us with that story. Louise.
Hudson, it's a loophole in Washington state law that gives British Columbians a break. And all you need to do to collect is flash your driver's license. These streets are quiet now, and some people say a loophole in Washington state law will leave them even quieter. As of July 1st, when British Columbians go shopping in Washington state, they can get out of paying the 6.5% state sales tax. The reason? It's all in the wording. If you live in a state or province that pays less than 3% tax, you don't have to pay state taxes. Washington considers the HST a value-added tax, not a sales tax. That means you get a break. That break applies to any goods purchased in Washington state, but doesn't apply to hotel stays or dining out in restaurants. And to collect, all you need to do is show your driver's license at the till. NDP finance critic Bruce Ralston says the tax break will be bad for BC.
Most people who hear about this are going to be more inclined to think about going down south of the line to shop because you're going to get a rebate on your sales tax down there, and that'll hurt small business here in British Columbia.
But the Premier disagrees.
British Columbia has one of the most competitive tax regimes anywhere. We have not just effective retailers, but we have the lowest personal income tax of any jurisdiction in the country for people earning under $118,000 a year.
Businesses in the capital city aren't worried about losing customers. We spoke to merchants and they say despite the tax savings, they don't expect to see any of their clients heading south of the border. And shoppers in Victoria admit they won't change their habits. The distance outweighs the money they'd save.
Just because taking the trip down there, I probably just wouldn't do it any more than I already do.
Because it costs so much to take the boat down there or fly or whatever, so it's not as much of a savings. But I mean, yeah, it's nice to know I can save there when I have to pay so many taxes here.
British Columbians will still have to pay duty when they come back through the border and any applicable taxes. But the NDP says there is an answer.
Don't bring in the tax in the first place, but now that we're where we are, what the Premier could do is start talking to the Prime Minister and begin a negotiation to get us out of this tax.
But for now, the Liberal government is standing by its decision to bring in the contentious tax. The HST is also making news in another province. Ontario already has the HST, and the people living there are getting their first tax rebate checks in the mail. Today, Premier Gordon Campbell was asked if British Columbians will see a rebate after the tax comes into play here. The short answer is no. Campbell says the public generally doesn't like rebate checks. He says people feel like the government is trying to trick them when they send them money back. And the Liberals don't want to be anything but straightforward with them. Hudson?
All right. Louise Hartland reporting. Louise, thank you.